So hey guys, and welcome to my $20 or pound makeup challenge and slash a back to school makeup challenge look. It's this look I'm wearing right now. It's kind of very natural and not too out there because obviously it is back to school. You can skip bits or change bits to whatever you want. Like I'm using a palette in it, so you can change the colours that I've used. This is just how I do it and how I wear it every day. So I hope you enjoy and don't forget to subscribe. So I have all of my makeup in this makeup bag here. It's a number 7 makeup bag and it was one of those like spend £25 and you get this for free sort of deals. I never normally fit all my stuff in a makeup bag this size, so I'm pretty impressed. Everything I've used is kind of budget brands. I wouldn't say I've got anything high end in here like at all. It's all stuff you can buy in either Boots or Superdrug. You can't get them both in the same shop because it's like MUA and Natural Collections. Natural Collections is Boots, MUA is Superdrug, so you have to go to both, I'm sorry. And there's a H&M, a couple of H&M things as well. So I'm just going to get straight into it. The first thing I have got, if my zip opens, the first thing I'm going to use is the Natural Collections Tinted Moisturiser. I have this in shade Fair, even though you can't see it because it's kind of rubbed off. I don't have a brush to use this because I never used to use a brush. As you can see, my spots are quite bad at the moment, so they probably won't be covered up. And I just realised I haven't brought a mirror. It's going to be like the mirrorless challenge as well. I'm going to get a mirror. Right, so now I've got my mirror. It's like broken, but oh well. I'm just going to start applying it with my fingers. It's quite a kind of liquidy formula for a tinted moisturiser. And also you have to set this with a powder, so I'll show you what powder I'm using in a minute. I used to use this all the time, but I found it is a little bit cakey, but it's not really a problem if you apply it lightly and you don't do mega powder sort of thing. So, another squirt. It does take a bit of blending, but it's not really a problem. Just if you've not got much time, try and use as less product as possible for the least amount of blending that you'll have to do. I don't really put too much on my forehead purely because that's where my spots are the worst and I don't really want to make them any worse, but I'm just going to take some of the stuff that I've got extra on my fingers and just kind of apply it on my forehead so it's a very thin layer. The next product I'm going to use is the Natural Collections Loose Powder. I've got it in Natural Translucent, but when I bought this I couldn't tell the difference between the shades, they were just too similar, so I just kind of picked a random one. I just put this little sponge that you usually get in pressed powders just to keep it from flying away because it's really messy. It's just like a little open top like that. And the brush I'm going to use is this one from H&M. I don't really know what to call it. I think it's like a kabuki brush sort of, but it's kind of dense but kind of not really dense. Like if you can see, it's not the densest of brush. I think this was $1.99. Oh, I'm forgetting to say the prices already. Right, Natural Collections have got a deal on at the moment and they have it quite often where it's 3 products for £5. So I've used 5 products in this tutorial, so this is going to be the first product, which is usually $1.99. Second product, which is usually $1.99. This brush is usually $1.99, but I got this when I was in Spain, so it was €1.99, but I think it's $1.99 in the UK anyway. So I'm just going to get quite a lot of product on the brush. I'm trying not to block the view. I'm just kind of buff it in. Going all over my eyes, my mouth, my brow, just kind of really even it out. And I take a bit down my chin because I did go down my chin a bit with the tinted moisturiser. Down my neck, sorry. I have got a really nasty spot here, but I'm not really too bothered about concealing that because it's gotten a bit better, but yesterday I had to put so much concealer on it just to conceal it. And I know that makes it worse, but I was going out and I really didn't want to have that plastered all over my face. I was so excited to do this tag because it's one of those tags that like I would actually watch because I've not got the most money in the world. So when it's like makeup, I do tend to go for budget things. So I like to see what other people are using. So this is coming up less cakey than I remember, so which is good. But I didn't used to use this powder with it, I don't think. Right, so now I've done my foundation side of my face. I'm just going to wash my hands because that's what I always do because I have foundation and all sorts of nasty stuff all over my fingers. So I'll be right back. The next product I'm going to use is also a Natural Collection product, and it is my third of the 3 for £5 deal. It is the Natural Collections blush in Peach Melba. I don't think you'll be able to read it, but oh well. It's just a really pretty tone, and I actually think it's quite similar to my natural tone on my cheeks, so it's really quite just an extra little glow. I'm going to use the same brush as this because it isn't too big, so you can just kind of like dab it in like that a bit. And then I need my mirror again, and I've just dropped the blush. This brush also helps it to make it really, really natural because it's so big, so it kind of blends at the same time. And as I said, for £1.99, that's pretty good. Just get a bit more on my other side. And this is such a sheer blush, I actually can use quite heavy-handed and it's not too bad. So you probably can't even really tell that I've got much on, but trust me, it has made the slightest difference. It's just not a very bright difference, if that makes sense. So next I'm moving on to eyes, and I'm going back to the makeup bag, and I'm going to use this, which is the MUA Undressed palette. I really love this palette. I'm trying to think of what to say about it. It's just brilliant. It's a dupe for the Naked palette, and I've wanted the Naked palette ever since I started YouTube, and it's absolutely brilliant dupe. So for this, I'm going to be using a brush which I'm actually going to use for my eyebrows and all my eyes as well, which is a H&M. It's a by H&M brush. It's their Smokey Eye Brush, so it's got like the little slanty brush on one end, and then it's got like a little domed one on the other. And as I'm flicking it, eyeshadow's coming out of it. But if you had an extra £1.99, get this brush from Superdrug. It is £1.99, as I just said. It's just their blender eyeshadow brush, but for the purpose of this being the under £20, I'm going to be using this one just to keep it under £1.99 because under £20 because it's got two brushes on it, so it counts as one, but it's got two. So I'm going to start off my eye primer. I'm not going to get into eyeshadows yet. My eye primer I'm using is my favourite eye primer, which I use all the time. It's the MUA Professionals eye primer. This is brilliant, absolutely amazing. I have the world's oiliest eyelids, as my skin is really oily anyway, so I love using this. I just use the applicator, but I know that some people don't like using the applicator, but I don't have a problem with it. I just noticed I had a big clump of tinted moisturiser on my forehead. How attractive. So I just put a little bit on. I'm going to kind of even it up. I'm going to use the biggest splodge to blend out first and take some over to that eyelid, because that's what good friends do. My eyelids are friends, whatever next. Doesn't really matter if it goes a little bit under your eye, because it just blends out to nothing, so you can't see it. I'm just going to take it up here as well, just above my eyelid, so when I do my crease it stays there. So, eye primer done. I love this eye primer. I use it every day anyway, so it's not really a difference to me. And I use this palette every day. So, I'm going to take the first two shades. I'm going to do this one as the base, and then this one here on top of that, just to give it a bit of extra shimmer and shine. I'm going to use the domed end, but you could actually probably just use your finger, but I prefer using brushes. And this is going to be my brush when I do my crease as well. So, taking the lightest shade into the inner corner. I would try and zoom in, but my camera doesn't really like doing zooming in, so it works sometimes, but sometimes it just really doesn't. I need a new camera. So just in the inner kind of third of your eyelid to just brighten it up that much. Do the other eye with a bit of it on. A bit more. And just put a bit in the centre just to make your eyes look a little bit further apart, but if you don't want to do that, it's kind of an optional thing. So I'm going to go back and take shade 2, which is the kind of pinky one. If you had the Naked palette, you could use the Naked palette. I think I'm getting hiccups. That would be really handy for a video. And I'm just going to take this one over the entire eyelid. I think that the H&M brushes are actually really good quality for the price. They're all really cheap, which is nice, and I really love this brush. I use this brush on an everyday basis for my crease and my eyebrows, so you can tell I like it. Now with this palette you do get a little bit of fallout, but it's not really any kind of major fallout. It's not really too bad. I'm going to take it a little bit up to the crease just so I have a bit of shimmer there. So that's the first part. Right, so it's let me zoom in, so now I've just got to try and stay in shot. Now, next, after I've done those first two shadows, I'm going to take the shade, I don't know if I'm going to get this in shot, this one, where's it gone? This one here, which is shade 4 in this palette. And I'm going to take this as my crease colour, again with the same brush because this is kind of like my multitasking brush. And just take it kind of in a C shape across, blend it out a little bit. Like so. And do the other eye, hoping I'm in shot. It's a bit much on there, so I'm just going to blend it out on my hand. If you get too much, just kind of wipe it on your hand and then go back with the clean brush and just kind of blend it. Wipe again if you need to. And if it's really too much, you can always just get your finger and wipe a bit. Lick your finger and wipe. Or if that doesn't work, just get some of your loose powder and use that to just go on top of it to make it a matte kind of shade. Just gonna wipe under my eyes. The next shade I'm going to be using, I think, is this one here, which is shade 10. It's really pretty, this shade. It's kind of like a brown, kind of a greyish brown almost. I don't really know what to call it, with some shimmer in it. You really don't want too much of this, so you just tap off any excess. And I'm going to actually use this one dab for both eyes, so I'm just going to do a little line there and then a little line there, so I have basically two big blobs, which looks really stupid, I know. And you wipe it off on your hand, then you take those two blobs and you blend them like crazy. So yeah. Now I'm going to go back with my loose powder and kind of use this as a bit of a highlight. So I'm just going to take some loose powder on the brush and put that down again. And I'm just going to apply to the brow bone. If I'm in shot, yes. Just kind of make it a little bit more everyday. And if you really want to, I'm still using this same domed brush by the way, you can go under your eye a bit, just in case it's gone a bit shimmery from the fallout. So the thing is with this palette is that you can create so many different looks with it because it is a palette of it. At the end of the day it's got 12 different colours in it. So you can use this whenever you want. So if you're starting out with makeup, this would be a really good palette to invest in because it has everyday neutrals. And then it has, down at the bottom row, it has some quite different colours, which are really nice. My particular favourite is this black one here. It's kind of black with some really pretty shimmery stuff in it. So this palette, I think it's £4, but it's on offer for free at the moment, so I don't know if I put it in as 4 or 3 to my grand total, but you'll be seeing the totals along the bottom of the screen anyway, so it doesn't really matter. The next thing I'm going to go on to is my eyebrows, and for that I use two products yet again. I'm using the Natural Collections Clear Mascara with the MUA matte, shade 19 in matte. It's just a well, not in matte, it is a matte shadow. I'm just going to take it on the other end of this brush, which is the slanty end, and just take a little bit on it. I don't want too much because I don't want to make really harsh lines. And take it to my brows, and just kind of be very subtle and gentle. I just kind of like make the outer bit darker, because for mine it is very light. But I have brown eyebrows with blonde hair, and my hair is naturally blonde, it's not like dyed blonde, so I don't know why I have brown eyebrows, but oh well. I'll do the same with the other one. Take it for a little bit so it looks like, if it's not a complete perfect match, so it kind of just blends in a bit. I don't like it when people have really, really close together eyebrows, so I don't touch that bit of my eyebrows, but I do just go through them a bit, like that. So that's the first part of my eyebrows done. The second part is the clear mascara. I've kind of bent my wand so that it's easier for me to apply. I just wipe off any excess, but I've had this for quite a while, so I am running out, so I don't have too much excess on it. But you just kind of comb through very gently. Don't want too much product on it because it takes a while to dry. Just very, very, very gently. This part you could miss out if your eyebrows are pretty short, but my hair on my eyebrows is quite long, so I do need to do it. You can miss this out at all if you don't do your eyebrows normally. I just do my eyebrows pretty much on an everyday basis, so I have to. Now going back to my eyes, I'm going to take this mascara. This is a mascara I found in Poundland, so that's why I put it in as a pound. I think it's normally about £4 or £5, but I've seen this in like 3 or 4 Poundlands near me, and they're all selling it for £1. And you can get the waterproof version too. So it's the Collection 2000 Skyscraper mascara. I've done a full blog post on this, so if you want to check that out, my links to my blog are below. It's got a really cool brush on this, and I'm really impressed with this mascara. It's like, I don't know if you'll be able to see, it's like one side is long, the other side is short. I mean, how cool is that? I know a lot of different mascaras do it, but this one's really good. So I tend to just use the short side and just kind of bring it up, wiggle and pull, and go into the corner and do a little bit. Because I have long eyelashes naturally, I don't need that much mascara. Got a bit there, let's wipe that off. So I don't use that much mascara anyway, so for me this is quite a lot to be wearing. So all that I've just done is like put this tinted lip balm on. I don't know how far I got into it before my camera just decided to stop filming. I think I must have gone to a maximum time or something. I just done my bottom lip and quickly do that. I really like this lip balm. It's just slightly tinted, so you get a kind of a bit of a glow, but without having too much. So yeah, thanks for watching my tag. Don't forget to subscribe to my videos to see what else is going on, and check out my nail channel where I'm hopefully going to have a tutorial of this Paralympic nails up sometime soon. If you fancy doing this tag, leave it as a video response. I love watching these tags, as I mentioned earlier. So I'll see you next time, guys. Bye!